Mic check. What up? What's going on? You guys already know. Fair use, fair use, fair use. I do not own the rights to any music or content you see or hear. YouTube scrolling at the bottom. Yeah. So I was just going through this here, and I saw something that I just want to shed some light on. So, sister right here, I guess she's like a woman advocate, a woman in general, black woman in particular. Right? I get it, but the thing about being an advocate, like I'm a man's advocate, a child advocate, right? But I know that men mess up, and you got to call the good with the bad. You got to call left and right. You got to call the fouls and the home runs, man. It is what it is. She wants to know why uh, people tend to not believe black women when they make when they make when they make allegations. I don't know what world she's living in because they pulled the damn CIA, FBI, fucking Secret Service, all kind of shit out to find this girl. They used to, they heard, and they pulled all the stops out for this young lady that lied. So right now, check this out.
And on today's topic, Capone, let me get your thoughts. Why do you think we see it difficult for people to believe black women in situations that are heightened like this?
Because they lie. There's situations where just point blank, they're lying.
Hey, Capone.
I said that shit in damn near all my streams, man. You motherfuckers lie. You lie like a fucking rug. You don't like the way shit going? You lie. The man's not behaving in the manner you want him to behave. You call the cops and lie. He pissed you off and you can't get back at him. You call your family members and lie. Like old girl with the football player. She called her brother and a couple of her mans and said, yo, go shoot this shit up. She didn't tell him that she banged the nigga in the head with a trophy and a Patron bottle and broke his PS5 and his cell phone and hit him. She ain't tell him that. Y'all lie. A dude is a father. You say he ain't the fucking father. I mean, you say he is the father. You say you sure? Yeah. 5 years later, nigga been fucking taking care of the kid, and you lied. Women in general lie like a motherfucker. But our sisters, nobody believe you because you fucking lie. A lot. She said, damn, Capone. Yeah, straight to it.
Get learning that fits your schedule for a career that fits your life with a Google Career.
That's it. Keep it 1,000, brother. Sure.
Child support, keeping your kids, your children from their father. It goes on. The list goes on.
Tupac mama lied.
Like Danielle said, rape. If a guy like you and you don't like him, I mean, whether you like a guy, he don't like you, you can cry after sex. And, it's just a whole lot of different things of history of lying, people just lying in general. And these are the type of subjects that they lie about. Women lie about that. Guys don't lie about being kidnapped.
Well, that's true. Sorry.
Yeah.
Look at Pierre. I'm torn whether I want Pierre to go after.
Why
the
not? Because we ain't doing what you want to say.
No. I was gonna go woman man. But yeah, no, I'm gonna let you chime in. Go ahead, Pierre. What are your thoughts?
First of all, I agree with Danielle.
He's looking around Danielle like lightning about to.
Yeah, I do agree with
Whoa!
Danielle.
Can we start this episode?
Yeah, and I agree with Capone. I agree with Capone too, very much so. Like you said, let's not say only black women don't get believed.
Okay.
I mean, because there's white guys who say they pushed his wife fell off a mountain and they find out that wasn't happening. They find out when you lie. Oh, I don't know how my wife drowned. She did drown. They don't play that games either. You know what I'm saying? So when white guys try to lie about killing their spouses, they find their asses quickly. You know what I'm saying? I can show you a couple of reports of that. Some of the people.
Fucking white women hired a hitman to kill her fucking husband.
They lost, got caught from lying.
Yeah.
I think this scenario is just it's just so outlandish that it gives too many reasons why it might not be true.
Kind of like Jussie Smollett when it was just like
too much.
Too crazy. Okay.
If a woman said this guy raped me, I went back to the apartment, he raped me, I believe her. I wouldn't say, oh no, you didn't do it. That's pretty easily said. But if you said Martians came down, had sex with me too, and then the fireman came over and did it too. Like, hold on, it's too much, girl. Then I'm not gonna believe. Then y'all can't say, you don't believe us. We believe you if it's pretty easily said that. But when it's like this with the baby out there, how do they know she's gonna pull over? I mean, were they gonna take anybody pulling over? So not just they weren't going after a black woman. They didn't know she was gonna be pulling down the freeway. The baby go, let's go, and if she's coming, y'all. Put the baby out now so she pull over. Come on, they don't know if she's gonna pull over. So it wasn't that they were trying to get a black woman or whatever. It had to be somebody she pulled over. Again, the fact there's no children, there's nothing else happening. It leads to too much suspicion.
Right.
So I don't care if it's black or white. She could be an Asian chick. I'd be like, I don't grab with that bullshit.
But if she was a white woman, public opinion, not specific to you, but if she was a white woman, do you think we would have as many speculations as we have? Because white women calling, oh my gosh,
right. And they've been called out too.
But public from generally though.
Yo, what fucking planet do she live on, man? Where the fuck she live? LA Truth. His chick called a cop talking about, yeah, he following me. He got a gun. Nigga ain't had a gun. He filming her while she's walking away from him, going downstairs. Talking about he following me. He's standing up on the level while she's walking downstairs. Went to the first floor. He's like, I'm not following you. I don't got a gun. Come on. Javante Davis' girlfriend. Oh, he hit me and he got a gun. Nigga got locked up, man. Come on, man. This is one thing I noticed that black women do. And I say black woman because I'm black. I'm a black man. And I've been assigned black women by God. So listen. Another thing I noticed that they do is they have this like forever a victim mentality, man. Like they'll say shit like men have their foot on women's necks. They'll say, oh, they're the least protected. They'll say, oh, they all kind of shit, man. And these niggas get more perks in on this planet than any fucking body else. Except for LGBTQ. It's LGBTQ, black women, then everybody else. And, we just got to get out of this fucking victim mentality, man. Everybody swear you don't get shit. Nobody look out. You niggas get, you come on, man. Stop it, man. Stop it with the bullshit.
The first reaction to it, do you think it would be the same thing where people are doubting the white woman as much as they're doubting this black woman?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, if the craziness was a fun, yes, if a baby was out there and she don't know who conducted it, like, what are you talking about, lady? Yes, it would have been. I mean, you're a sister, so you're going to feel the way you feel. I get it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to stand for us regardless, because it doesn't matter whether it was a woman, black woman, or a black man. I absolutely.
See, the thing about standing for us, you feel me? I stand for us. The thing about standing for us is you have to be right. You can't have your fucking blinders on where you don't see nothing that your fucking people are doing. You can't do that because how are you credible if everything you say is this, and we're this and there, and they treat us like this? You got to call out your wrong shit. You can't just be like, oh well, I'm black women and whatever they say, like it's just always right. No, hell no.
Disagree. If this was a white woman, there would not be as many. The first response, I think, eventually people would probably start.
Look how many Karens are getting caught now. They done. White women been lying so much.
But how many of them get by off a lie? How many of us fall victim to their lies?
Well, sisters don't know
it
me.
Still happens.
Well, sisters normally don't bring up stuff, and they'll keep stuff to themselves. They got some. Most black women.
How many of us fall victim to their lies? Let's see. The last thing I saw, there was a fucking about 3 or 4 teens, black teens, with a fucking city bike, and the white woman was trying to take the city bike, and they were just going nuts. Everybody jumped on the white woman. Oh, these fucking Karens! Oh, they're privileged! Oh, look at them! They're trying to get the dudes in trouble. In reality, what happened? She swiped her card, paid for that motherfucking bike, and the fucking kids was trying to take it. Yeah, that's really what happened. Listen, man, all I'm saying is, I know this is where you fuck up. We know that they were pieces of shit towards us for hundreds and hundreds of years. Emmett Till, so on and so forth, names that were never heard, situations that were never heard of. We know. But here's the thing. You cannot behave the same way because they're going to call you out on it. You can't do what they do. If we call them out for abuse and then we abuse, how does that work? You're going to be called out for abuse now too. Stupid. Remain right. Remain right. Don't overboard. Don't abuse the system. Don't abuse legal shit. Just stay true, because once you start doing the bullshit, now nobody's going to believe you. So everything that our ancestors, everything that our grandparents, great-grandparents fought for, we're going to wipe it away because we're doing the same bullshit that the white people was doing. Once you've been given an opportunity, once you've been given a spotlight to tell your story, to be heard, and to move forward, don't try to trip the nigga next to you, because now you're going to be called down on bullshit. All that work was for nothing. Win the race. Win the race. Don't cheat. That's what motherfuckers don't understand, man. I like this one. That shit I want.
May keep it to themselves, don't say nothing and stuff, and don't report it. So a lot of stuff that happens.
Because they're afraid.
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but if you're gonna go out and say you did something happen and it's outlandish, I can't say, well, normally you don't say nothing, or you don't get the respect y'all deserve. So this got to be true.
Yeah.
No, the eye test don't work for me with this.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's entitled to their own opinion. As a black woman, I think it's so much bigger than just this situation when it comes to believing women when it comes to lies. As Pierre mentioned, black women, when they yell that, oh, hey, I've been raped or this, people do look at them and question whether they're telling the truth. Look at black women when they go into the doctor's offices, especially my pregnant black women. Anytime they say, oh, I'm hurting, the doctors don't believe that black women, it's actually in a study, they don't believe that black women are able to, like.
I recall the study she's talking about. They were saying that they didn't think black women experienced the same level of pain as white women. This was back when we were, really going through that bullshit. This was back then. That shit is not recent. And also, it has something to do with your ethnic image. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He was the one who used that term for me, and then I use it now. Your ethnic image. What do people around the world view you as? Somebody who's never seen an actual black person. There are people like that. I was in the military. I was stationed in Keflavik, Iceland. We had our intake day. You know, you introduce yourself to everybody around the room, blah, 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 blah. There was a guy from either Nebraska or Wyoming. He was from somewhere, Midwest somewhere. Dude, never seen a black person before in his life, in real life. He said he only seen him on TV. And he said, colored person. He said, you know, I've never seen a colored person before, you know, like in real life. Like, you know, I've only seen colored people on TV. So when he said that, like the room was like, oh shit. What the fuck is he talking about? How did he say that? We didn't trip. Reason being, he's never seen one of us before in real life. So I'm pretty sure he probably would use the term colored. He was corrected by another white person who said, it's actually African American, and he corrected it. They said, I'm sorry, African American. He was very nervous. He was sincere, uh, and you know, no harm, no foul. But there are people who never seen a black person. If you never seen a black person before, a black woman, you only seen them on TV, you only seen them on YouTube, you only seen them on Instagram. What would you think about them? What would you think about a black woman that you only seen on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, regular TV? I'd be like, yo, a lot of them are very loud. They're big. They seem angry a lot. They fight a lot. They have a lot of babies. They have a lot of baby fathers. Uh, they live in the projects. Like some of them do good and stuff, but you know, like a lot of them, you know, I don't know. I really don't know what to think about. That's what your image looks like. Every time you turn on social media, you motherfuckers is bending over, spreading the crack of your ass and shaking it. You're that you're fighting. You're snatching each other's fucking wigs off. You have a bunch of fucking kids. You're arguing with men. That's what the fuck we see. So if I wasn't black and didn't grow up with you, didn't have a black mother, black aunt, if I didn't fucking know you, if I was Chinese, that's what I would think of you. If I was Japanese, that's what I would think of you. If I was white, lived in the Midwest, never saw a black person before, that's what I would think of you. So that image is why people do not believe you.
Like they feel pain. Like we're just so strong where we don't feel these things. And there's actually documented cases where white doctors have come out to say, oh, I didn't believe her because XYZ, because I don't, you know, she can take more. As far as for Candace Owens commenting on this, I mean, Candace Owens is Candace Owens, and we know that. Yeah. But to Candace Owens, you know, it doesn't surprise me to hear her response. To her, I would say the same black people that you put down are the same black people that helped your family when you decided to sue your school and the NAACP helped you.
Negative. Big fat negative. The people Candace Owens puts down are not the people that helped her. The people Candace Owens puts down are the ones who do stupid shit. There's a plethora of stupid shit done by our people. Is there not? There's so much. You could have content for the next fucking 25 years over the shit our people do. You know what we say? There's black people and there's niggas. Black people don't most likely donate it. Niggas ain't donating. You think niggas in the projects donated? You think niggas in New Orleans donated? You think niggas who was shooting up fucking Juneteenth in Chicago, Milwaukee, Maryland, you think they donated? You think they helped Candace Owens? This is the shit I'm talking about. When I talk about being in victim mode, I'm also talking about following a false narrative. It's like you say and believe what you want to be true. And it's like if nobody corrects you, you just continue to go on with that fucking theory. It makes no sense. The people who helped Candace Owens are one, people that have money. Two, black people. Not niggas. You know there's a difference. Stop acting like there's not a difference. There's black people, and then there's the ignorant motherfuckers who refuse to learn, grow, cannot fucking speak, lack ambition, everything. The niggas, not blacks, not blacks. So the people that she puts down are the ones that are twerking on top of the fucking chicken stand and just acting fucking ghetto ratchet, dude. The ratchets. We could call them the ratchets. The ratchets didn't help her or get her to where she is. They didn't donate. Trust me, I know they did not donate. No way ratchets donated.
Your family get $37,000. The same black people that you go up against and you have so much to say about are the same people that put you on the platform that you're on right now, because you weren't validated until Kanye West came and said, I like everything that Candace Owens is saying.
Negative. Well, what do you mean negative? She wasn't validated until Kanye West said so. Is a music artist validated before or after somebody says they're good? Example: Ludacris, Wu-Tang Clan, all of the rappers and artists from the 90s. Hell, going back to the fucking 50s and 60s, musicians, people who are at who are poets. You're validated before somebody validates you, because you actually have to be good for somebody to give that stamp of approval, correct? Do you have to be good before somebody gives you a stamp of approval? Because if you ain't shit, Kanye West could say, oh, I like everything Candace Owens says. But if Candace Owens' content was shit, would she have that platform? If her content was garbage, would she have that platform? Just because somebody gives you the stamp of approval doesn't mean that you're good. They can put you up, and what's gonna happen? You're gonna fall. Somebody signed them fucking what's them twin boys, the Island Boys. Yeah, somebody gave them the stamp of approval. Where they at now? Because they fucking sucked. So no, she was doing a thing before Kanye West gave her the stamp of approval. She continued to do her thing.
So I'm not surprised to hear this from Candace Owens. It's just unfortunate that this is the legacy that you want to leave behind. We have our opinions, but we're able to talk about solutions and ways of how we can come together as a community. Whereas Candace Owens
I'm not a Candace Owens fan at all.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know that, yeah.
But what I won't say is she don't have a right for her opinion. Just because we helped her, she can't just say, well, I don't see nothing no more. I don't see nothing at all. But I don't care what, Asian, black, Chinese.
Absolutely.
You still, if a sister does something wrong, let's say she robs a bank, You cannot be like, well, she's
Call her
black
out.
sister, so I can't say nothing because, black people help me out, so I got to let her go and get a pass with robbing that bank. Is that what you're going to do?
No, but what I'm saying is if you help build me up
Right.
and I use you to
Right.
help build
Right.
me up,
Right.
cool, you can give your opinion on things. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But her entire platform is mostly about.
I said she's right.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Oh, yeah.
we're
Give
talking about
your opinion.
but
Oh,
we're talking
this
about
topic. Oh,
discipline.
yeah.
So with this man, I can't say that she's wrong for her opinion because black people have helped her. Because if, like I just said, black people have helped you a lot. But if somebody does something foul to you or foul out there,
Absolutely.
you got to be able to call it. You got to say, I'm
Absolutely.
going to call it regardless of you black.
And I absolutely agree, but it's the first part. Whereas if you're always going against black people when black people
Right.
have helped get you
Right.
where you are,
Right.
then I don't like it.
You got to be able to separate black people from the ratchets, baby. You clumping us all together. That's what your issue is. I get it. You will be dope as fuck once you're able to separate the two. You're defending the entire race. That's not going to work, baby. There are people in our community, in our black community, that need to be exiled. Yeah, there's people in our community that are fucking horrible people. There's people in our community that shame us, that make us look bad, that give us a bad ethnic image. And it just so happens that those are the people that get the light, that get to shine. They get the social media presence. Those are the ones that the world sees. The ratchets. You gotta learn to classify, sis.
It's just redundant. I'm just saying
all
over
right,
time.
But then why do we just
platform.
now use her for this? Because we got to use her. We use her who she is. Why don't we leave her quiet? Why don't we bring her up at all? Leave her quiet. Why do we find it?
He's asking her, why did you bring her up? Why are you giving her any light, any attention? Because you fucking hating. You's a fucking hater. You're a hater. You don't like her. You want to be like her, but you just don't get it. You don't like her. So you throwing shade. That's the shit y'all women do. That's the shit y'all do. Y'all are too fucking catty. Y'all are too critical. Men don't do that shit. But y'all do. Why? Why are y'all so hateful towards each other, man? Bitch doing good, be like, fuck that bitch. Why?
Dig her quote and put it out here. Because
Right.
we want that meat for the show. So don't get mad at her for doing that. That's what she do. We grabbing what she does.
I'm not.
Let her go and let her go away.
Again, you're talking specifically about this, and yeah, I'm sorry, Danielle. I'm gonna let you chime in.
My hand is raised. Yeah.
Yeah, Candace, I'm just saying in general, her
I know.
entire platform.
Sure.
Because most of us are like, here's Candace Owens again. Okay, here she goes.
I don't listen to
It's
her.
just-
I didn't know she said that. I wouldn't have put her on it.
Danielle, let me let you chime in. I'm sorry. You know, Pierre's in studio, so we.
Of course.
We get to talk first. Go ahead, Danielle.
I just want to say in regards to Candace Owens, one thing you can't say about her, she's going to say what's on her mind, which you can't, you have to respect her for it. That's
Like Donald Trump.
right. But here's the thing that I will say, though. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's how you deliver the message. And I think that's the thing with Candace Owens. It's how you deliver the message.
Yeah, the LOL wasn't right.
Yeah, because it's not funny.
Right,
Regardless,
right.
even if she has, and I will say this, if it does come out that she's having a mental breakdown or whatever, that's not funny.
Right, sure.
It's not funny. Regardless of whether you believe the case or not, this
Sure.
is not a funny situation. And Pierre said it while the video was playing of her family. It's unfortunate to see her family have to go through this. So it's not funny at all, regardless of what you believe. And like Capone said, I'm just happy she made it home safe. I look forward to hopefully this turning out.
That bitch ain't had no mental health breakdown. She's a fucking liar and she's stupid. She'd have been better off just going to her girlfriend's house for the weekend and not calling nobody, not answering her phone, and that's it. Nobody told this bitch to call 911 and say she's looking for a baby and then scream in the phone. She was on the phone with her fucking cousin. Nobody told you that. Nobody told her to Google the movie Taken. Nobody told her to Google how much does it cost to pay for an Amber Alert. Nobody told her to Google any of that shit she did. She did that shit on her own. Secret Service checked her motherfucking phone, checked the location. The broad left her phone and her fucking Apple Watch in the car. She stole a bathrobe, toilet paper, and something else. Went to Target, bought a box of Cheez-Its and some granola bars. Because they tracked where the fuck she was at the beginning of the day. So they saw her get all of this stuff. She stole that shit from her job. She bought the shit from Target. When they showed up to the car, guess what was not in the fucking car? The bathrobe, the toilet paper, the Cheez-Its, the fucking granola bars. It was gone. So she took that. She left her phone, watch, and she went to her girlfriend's house. She cooked up this story about how motherfuckers kidnapped her and made her climb a fence, and then put her in an 18-wheeler. She broke out the 18-wheeler, but there was another car behind them, and they fucking re-kidnapped her, blindfolded her, but they didn't tie her hands up because they didn't want to leave impressions on her hands. Bitch is stupid, baby. Man, them niggas gonna cook her motherfucking ass. They gonna cook her ass. They gonna cook her. They gonna cook her ass good.
To be something that, you know, people can learn from and we can go from. But
I like Capone. Capone said women do a lot of foul shit. Thank
yeah,
you,
Capone, I was gonna come for you, but I'm with Pierre in studio, so I got distracted. But I'm gonna let it ride. You know I love you. It's all love.
Own it, Capone. Own it.
He was saying all people. Let me help you, Capone. You were saying all people, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap out. Thank you, Danielle, for bringing us this topic.
You know what? Before we get to Candy, my baby Candy, I fuck with Candace. That's my joint. I'm gonna show you something. Ha! Yo, you gotta see the shit that's out here. Oh my god, it's hilarious. It's going down. Look at this shit. Carly Russell's going to jail. Police pissed. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you the shit that I saw today. I watched it today. I said, "Oh, when I get home, I'm gonna make a video on this shit." Hold on. Hold on. Oh, they gonna get that bitch 5 years? Wow, that's crazy. Hold on, cause this shit is incredible. Ah, all right, hold on, man. I gotta look for this shit. Oh, that's it. This is it. This is it. Ba-da-da. Make no mistake where you are. Ah!
Good afternoon and welcome to the Frank and
All right. This shit is these two right here. Fuck that. This motherfucker right here, him with the purple blazer, he ain't happy. Watch this. We gonna fuck all of them. That's the mayor and the police commissioner. We gonna get to this nigga here.
Chief Nick Darcis. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Listen to this shit, bro.
Thank everyone for being here today.
Yeah, you
Besides
see.
me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July
Police agencies, FBI, Secret Service, ALEA, and the U.S. Marshals. They pulled out all the stops for this black woman, B. For her to be lying.
13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carly Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carly's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll be working this case until we surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carly concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Taziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carly communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
You want to design your own clothing line but don't know how? The Evans Group is here to help you along the way. For over 17 years.
Now they playing this shit because they want everybody to see how she carried on with this fucking lie.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there is a kid just walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where on 459 are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Silver Neck, like to get off by the Silver Neck. Okay, so you're before that exit? Yes. Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Okay, towards Tuscaloosa or toward 280? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay, and was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound? Or how old do they look? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay, are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz. Is it a sedan or SUV? SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry. Can you put your hazards on for me? Yeah, they're on. Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them? No. Okay. No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, like Hispanic, or Asian? They're white. Okay. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. Right now? Okay, so is he wearing clothes? Yes. Okay. What is he wearing? It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper. And you don't see any cars?
That humming sound is coming from the actual video.
Cars anywhere? No, no cars anywhere. Okay. All right. What's your name? My name is Carly Russell. And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct? No, but I can't really see them that good. Okay, try to keep an eye on them for the best you can. stay, keep an eye on them, but officers are on the way, okay? Okay, thanks. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Carly called a relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carly's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carly's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight. 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carly's mother stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carly scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carly's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene.
That bathroom and that toilet paper and the other shit was with her, and the food from Target.
Police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carly. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover Police in the search for Carly Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carly, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 Center receives a call from Carly's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carly walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911.
Yeah, I'm posting it because, yo, this shit about to get good. This shit is like a reality series, B. Ooh, the shit you about to say. I know you're like, nigga, press play. Yo, I gotta let you know this shit is about to be good.
She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice.
What happened to the baby?
She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. Detectives, the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and was put in a car.
How the fuck she escaped the 18-wheeler? When the lock is on the outside of the fucking 18-wheeler, bro.
She claimed she was then blindfolded, but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else.
This bitch said that some lady fed her cheese crackers when she went and bought some Cheez-Its from Target, bro. Bitch is lying. She's not having a mental health crisis or none of that shit. She just a liar, yo. And they gon' fucking. She ain't Jesse Smollett. She ain't down with the LGB. They gonna hammer that ass.
At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carly had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock.
All right, let me ask you a question real quick. She said them niggas stripped her down naked, bro. So they stripped you down naked, and then you put $107 in your sock.
Out of respect for Carly and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carly's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "Birmingham bus station," was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carly's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carly's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carly a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carly can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carly's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
That bitch goose is cooked, B. It's over, Hova. It's over, Hova.
So ludicrously. Obviously, it was something that seemed very terrifying. A woman named Carly Russell sees a toddler on the side of the road. She goes out to help him, and then she vanishes. She vanishes, and all that's left behind is her wig, her car keys, her purse, and her car, a running vehicle on the side of the road. So obviously, as a mother, as a person that's just concerned about citizens, if you are any person that's looking at the story, it just seems like such a person that's...
Have you seen that new slimming chocolate that's been going viral on TikTok? It's getting a lot of attention because some people are
snatching people off the side of the roads. Like, what's the follow-up to the story? You are once again being condemned because, oh my God, that's racist. Like, why don't we just believe Black women? Black women, we should just be happy that she's home. We should just let her rest. And I immediately just started calling out how suspect this case was because, of course, instantly the public should be informed about the whereabouts of a toddler, a description of a toddler, an Amber Alert regarding the toddler. We should be having some general description of the person that allegedly abducted her off the side of the road. And then I was fully confirmed of my suspicions. For me personally, when Carly's parents did that weird interview where they said nothing with NBC. Remember, they went on and they were very clammy and just said they were just concerned about her mental well-being and that they could not give any facts of the case because of the investigation. In all these circumstances, I always just use a little bit of common sense. Obviously, you just use common sense and you say, okay, her mother says that she didn't hug her when she first saw her because she was in a shocked state. And so she instead called an ambulance. There's nothing in the world that is going to stop a mother and a father, especially a mother, from hugging her daughter after she's been believed that she's been abducted. I had sensed from the parents' mannerisms in that interview that they did not believe what they were saying, that they knew that something was weird with this. And they were just trying to hold off the public from any further obvious inquiries. So I stayed on this case because you know how I am. Anytime there's a scam running in Black America, I'm usually taking all the bullets for being the voice of common sense, which is just me saying, are we allowed to think anymore as Black Americans? BLM, obvious scam. Carly Russell, obvious scam. I called out Jussie Smollett from day one. And sometimes it's something as weird as going out in a polar vortex to get a Subway sandwich that just goes, I don't think so. Black people are not going out in a polar vortex to get a Subway sandwich. We've got Uber Eats, we've got apps, we've got Seamless. We just don't need to go out in a polar vortex. It's just the Blair Witch Projected. But I'm definitely pleased for anything. So obviously we know she's lying. But prior to leading to this moment where she saw this naked baby allegedly on the side of the road, a naked toddler wearing a diaper that nobody else saw. The police confirmed nobody else phoned in a toddler. Another huge red flag. I will say personally, as a Black person, I'm not going to chase anything or anyone into the woods. I'm not the first to die in a scary movie. I don't want to be Blair Witch Projected, but I'm definitely going to call the police if I see what I believe to be a child. I'm not going to go into the woods, but I'm definitely going to do something responsible, like pull over my car and call 911. Well, leading up to this moment where she sees Tyler on the side of the road, Carly at work that day stole some items from work. Very strange. She stole a dark colored bathrobe as well as a roll of toilet paper and some other items that the police declined to mention. Then she stopped at Target. First, she stopped to pick up some food from a place called the Colonnade, but then she stopped at Target and she picked up some snacks, a granola bar and some Cheez-Its. Now, this is interesting only because when that car was abandoned on the side of the road and Carly was missing, so were the Cheez-Its and the granola bar, which would mean that when this individual abducted her, they didn't take her purse, they didn't take her keys, they didn't take her running vehicle, they didn't take her money, but they took her Cheez-Its and the granola bar, which, yeah, I guess people like Target. Maybe that's part of the narrative, but I wanted to mention that. So her story is, she saw the baby, she pulled over, she called 911. The police officers actually played that 911 call. She describes it as a white male wearing a diaper and a t-shirt, looks to be about 3 or 4 years old. They ask her to stay on the line. The police officers point to the fact that what's weird is that after they traced the cell phone tower, they were able to discern that she moved 6 football fields. She said that she was with the toddler, following the toddler, but in that time period while she was on the phone, she moved 6 football fields. And there aren't many toddlers that are that quick that can just, on this very short phone call, have been running alongside her car and had her following it for 6 football fields. But that's not even the interesting part of this. I'm telling you that's the suspect part, but not as suspect as this is about to get. So she says that she pulled over her car. This is the statement she gave to police. Okay, just reminding you, statement she gave to police when they arrived at her house and she was in okay condition. But she pulled over her car to assist this toddler. Okay, she gets out of the vehicle. Are you okay? Are you okay? Hello, little toddler. And suddenly a man appears and he says the toddler is fine. And this man has red hair and is balding. So we can at least limit who this could possibly be. Not too many redheads in America. I'm thinking it could be Ed Sheeran. It could be Prince Harry. It might be Donald Trump. But we now know that we're probably dealing with a white male for sure. So they appear out of the woods and they say she's fine. And suddenly the Prince Harry type character grabs her, okay, throws her over her shoulders. She screams, drops her phone. Obviously, this is what they're going to find later. And he runs into the woods with her. And I don't know how he did that. He must have been a strong balding redhead, which leads me to believe Prince Harry, maybe not, maybe more of a Donald Trump type guy, and jumps over a fence with her and obviously this toddler as well. She didn't say that she was holding a toddler, said just her, but presumably he has the toddler with him. At this point, she says that he put her into an 18-wheeler, and she heard the voice of a female, but she never saw the female, but she heard the voice of a female, and she also heard the voice of a toddler in this 18-wheeler. And she says that she somehow managed to escape, which is kind of incredible. But then either they or another car, this part wasn't clear in the police explanation, but then a car caught up with her and she got double kidnapped or double abducted. They put her into a car. I feel crazy telling you the story, but this is what happened to Carly Russell.
Yo, man, this bitch cannot lie, bro. And you know she did all this shit over a fucking dude. She wanted to make her man feel bad, like, oh, you're gonna miss me. I guess they had an argument, so she like want this nigga to feel bad, so she gonna try to fake a kidnapping. So I guess he'd be like, oh my God, I realized I love you so much, Man, this bitch is in trouble, B.
According to Carly Russell, they put her into a car and they transported her to a house. So now she's been double abducted. Now she's in this house, and the people in this house get her naked and they blindfold her. But she says this part, it's very important to note this. They did not tie her up when she was in the car. They blindfolded her so she couldn't see where she was going, but they did not tie her up at the wrists because the captor told her that he did not want to leave any impressions on her wrists.
If you're a healthcare professional on the verge of burnout, feeling unappreciated and underpaid, pay.
So that's quite considerate, I think. If you have abducted someone and you are blindfolding them, and then you just turn to them and you're like, you know what? Like, I know this has been a crazy day for you, but I'm not gonna tie up your wrists because I don't want to leave any impressions. Like, who wants to have a mark left on their wrist? I thought that was very considerate of the captor, just to note that. Anyways, back to the house that they took her to. Just know where she is. She's in a house, and she says that they tell her to take off her clothes. Oh no, I know what you're thinking. They're gonna rape her. They didn't rape her, thankfully. Thank you. She was not raped, so she doesn't remember much, she says, but she doesn't. They definitely didn't touch her or do anything sexual, but they did, she thinks, take pictures of her. Okay, so just the part of her being naked is going to become relevant later. Anyways, they took these pictures of her, and after they took these pictures of her, the female that was in this house, plausibly the one that she hadn't seen earlier, and she has not yet given a description of this female, then fed her crackers with cheese on it. It's interesting because she had a bag of Cheez-Its, so I'm wondering maybe if they took her Cheez-Its and fed her that, but the female fed her crackers with cheese, maybe Cheez-Its. I can't say that, but she said crackers with cheese to the officers, which is, again, quite considerate. They probably thought maybe she wants to know what she wants to buy. She's hungry, she's tired. At that point, she says that shows that this was extremely premeditated because this first search happened on July 11th, 2 days before Carly went missing. She searched. Do you have to pay for Amber Alerts? The weird search. Amber Alerts are used when people are abducted. Why does she want to pay for one? Is she paying for her own Amber Alert? I don't know, but that is what she Googled or researched on her phone.
She probably think, like, after she got kidnapped, if they initiated the Amber Alert for her, would she have to pay? Would she be responsible to pay for that alert?
Maybe using a different browser. Then on the actual day that she went missing, 8 hours prior to her missing, she searched how to take money from a register without being caught. Now we know that she took some things from work. I don't know if she took cash. The police didn't mention that, but we at least know where her mindset was, that she was definitely thinking about taking cash. The police then said that there were some searches that they weren't going to convey to the public out of interest of protecting Carly, that gave them an indication of her mental state at the time. So who knows what that is related to, but they're keeping those close to the chest. They did share that she also searched Birmingham bus station, one-way bus ticket to Nashville. Interesting because she doesn't live in Nashville, so one-way bus ticket kind of sounds like she was going to run away and maybe restart her life in Nashville. Maybe Ed Sheeran took her in the forest. Maybe she fell in love with him. Ed Sheeran plays some great tunes. He's playing here in a couple of days. I don't know, but that is what she researched. Maybe she knew a redhead was going to take her in the forest. I don't know. We can't be sure, guys, okay? That Carly Russell is telling some version of the truth. I don't know how else to inform you that you are definitely an idiot. You are definitely an idiot. You might think you're compassionate, but the truth is that you're just not that smart, right? And you just have to look at these situations and use just a little bit of common sense, okay? A little bit of common sense. Watch the way people behave. Watch the way her family clammed up after she returned. Watch how they were saying that she just needs to heal. It's just, this is not the rhetoric that you would say if there was a maniac on the loose with balding red hair, balding orange hair, whatever the color of the hair was, that was just grabbing people outside the street. The common sense aspects of this case was that other people on this busy interstate would have phoned in a naked little baby walking down. Common sense tells you that if you are a person who is into abducting people, that perhaps not on a really busy interstate is that a very good idea. People might have cited that and seen that and seen it's just a very bold way. Also, that person would have had no idea, absolutely no idea who would have pulled over for the toddler. It could have been 3 jack dudes like, oh yeah, we're gonna save this toddler. And then this little scrawny redhead balding person comes out and they would have been like, what's up? No, what's up? And then it just wouldn't have gone the way. It's just a way that people abduct people. They just need a little bit, it's quite bold, okay? And so as with this story began falling apart and people were still holding on to it because they wanted to hold on to some vision in which we should just believe all women, this is a perfect reminder of why we don't. This is why we explore the facts and we use our common sense. All right, guys. I don't touch this case, as you have seen. If you are starting from the beginning, I've been covering it on my show all week. You can go to Monday's episode and you can dive into where this all started and how we got here. But for now, I'm going to read some of your comments. Okay.
People ask me all the time, Chris, if you could only take one supplement for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
It confirmed my suspicions by the father's actions on the news. The mom definitely runs that household and the dad just sat there like a good boy knowing this was a damn lie. Yeah, I totally agree. It was just the way that they were postured in the news. It just seemed like he knew that they were lying. The mother couldn't answer a question straight and she just was so clammy that it just didn't feel right. This person is writing, now other people won't be believed. I don't believe that at all. I think that they will forever treat a missing person's case with the most care. But people that tell ridiculous lies, obvious lies, I think, yeah, you're inclined not to believe it. It's pretty obvious when someone's lying. And I think snatching your own wig is a new level of crazy. We can't be out here snatching our own wigs. I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even wear a wig, but if I did wear a wig, I wouldn't snatch it myself, right? And there's the crazy part. This story isn't over, right? Carly has to actually answer for this. Right? She is going to have to go back and make a statement. The police have now crumbled her entire story. So she's going to have to come clean. She just has to come clean. There's no other way through this. She maybe did this. People are speculating it was over a boyfriend. They were having trouble, that her ex-boyfriend cheated on her, whatever it is. Other people are stating, I cannot state this factually, so this is purely allegedly, according to people in Birmingham that are sharing things, that she dropped out of nursing school or flunked out of nursing school and that she was on drugs and she was dating some guys. All of these things are plausible, but the truth is that she is so far in it. She is so far in it that the only way out of it is to tell the truth. Okay, I'm going to read some more of your guys' chats up here. Time for a new indictment for Trump as the redhead. Yes, you are correct. That is likely what they are going to do. It makes sense as they just keep indicting him for everything. Another person says she will never come clean until death. That's how these people do. I think she has to. The truth is she's going to spend some time in prison, and she should spend some time in prison, because when you make false police reports, especially ones that become nationwide, not even that, it was global. This
bitch done fucking talked herself into jail. God damn. Oh man. Bruh. I don't know why Shorty don't like Candace Owens. Candace Owens is funny as fuck. She's funnier than a motherfucker, man. So I think it's just hate. Just a little bit of hate. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. This was an hour stream. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Yo, we should actually place a wager on what her punishment's gonna be. If they take it light, maybe like community service and a fine. If they go heavy, the bitch gonna go to jail and pay a fine. I'd probably make her pay all of the money that we spent looking for her monkey ass. If they spent like say 300 grand, I don't know. So don't be like, oh, now you're kidding, this fucking $1 million. I don't fucking know. But I'm saying the overtime, the drone unit, the CIA, the FBI, the other agency, he said, the other police departments. Say about 300,000 worth of 200,000 worth of resources for manpower, 2 days. I don't know how much it costs, but whatever it is, yeah, I'd make that bitch pay that shit. Yeah, you got you will never receive another tax refund. We will garnish whatever paycheck you ever get. You'll just be paying us forever. Yeah. All right, y'all. Good night.